Today we are at Last Chance Horse and Pony Rescue and Sanctuary here in Fort Erie. We are here to speak to Sharon, who is the owner of the sanctuary, and get a glimpse on how the farm is doing during the pandemic.
My dad was involved with horses all his life. So my dad passed away quite young, and it was always my dream to start this in memory of him. So I started, Floyd was my first rescue, and I started doing it, and from there it grew, and it's now turned into a people rescue too. So people from different walks of life can come here, because horses are very therapeutic, and they bond with them, and then it's a really neat thing to see, like with the teens, with the seniors and stuff like that. It's really awesome. We have 36 animals in the rescue at this time. We have 34 horses. That includes donkeys, minis. So we have 16 minis. We have 16 horses, and no, not 16, 13 horses, and 3 donkeys and 1 mule.
I understand that you are a nonprofit charity and you run solely off of donations and volunteer support. So how have you been able to keep the farm running during the pandemic?
Well, we've had a couple of things that we have done online. The teens that are here today, they did a video that they put together themselves to raise money for the farm. We've done a lot of, like we had a pop-up store with apparel to try to get money, and then sending Christmas letters out, and contacting our donors that had donated before, because it's been a really hard year. We are a registered Canadian charity, so we are able to give people tax receipts. So my donors and my volunteers have stepped up and really helped.
Well, I have been at this awesome place for about 7 years now, and I love every single one of these beautiful babies that are here. We are blessed to have Sharon allow us in and teach us so much about the horses.
You probably have made a special connection to all the horses here. How has that impacted you in your life?
You're gonna make me cry. It has impacted my life incredibly. You probably may remember the video that the kids did. So I'm the one that kind of brings the teens here, and a lot of them are troubled and things, and not only is it for me, my connection with the horses, but to watch them thrive and grow and learn responsibility and communication and trust. Sharon was mentioning how we have the seniors and special needs all working together. That has been stellar for my kids, stellar. So the horses are great. We love being here, but we also love what everybody else teaches us as well. It's a community, right, Daisy? This is Daisy. She loves attention.
So why did you want to become a volunteer here at the farm?
Because it's awesome. Because it's absolutely awesome. So the first time I arrived at the gates, I had no idea. I'd seen it online. I wasn't sure what this was all about. I had zero idea. I just started getting back into horses after being off to have my family, etc., for many, many years. Showed up at the gate. Sharon greeted us, come on in. I have not stopped coming since that day. As soon as I walked in, I found special needs and seniors and these wonderful teenagers that were not your normal teens. So not meaning they were weird, meaning that it was an environment of help. It was I'll show you how to do this. I'll help you do that. Oh, that's no problem. We can fix this. And that's what I wanted for my daughter, Elizabeth. And we've adopted over the years multiple teens that have come here now. And I'll show up on a Sunday with, well, before COVID, usually around 5 to 7 teens. Now it's strictly to my household, but there are 4 teens in my household. 3 come here. So, yeah, it was just a peace. It was totally at peace as soon as I walked in.
So prior to the pandemic that started last March, did you welcome visitors to the farm?
All the time. We enjoyed having public in. A lot of people have been phoning and asking us if we're open, but we're concerned about COVID. I'm concerned about my volunteers. I have a lot of retired volunteers, like Pete that comes. He's on dialysis, so I have to protect them too. So we're just waiting waiting until we know it's safe for everybody.
So I see a lot of hearts around the barn, and even though Valentine's Day is over, can you tell me what these hearts represent?
Well, of course I can. Not only have these horses stolen our hearts, but we're having a campaign right to the end of March that if you donate or donate and ask for a heart, that your name would go on a heart and it would go on the front of a stall. So right here, Daisy Duke, this lovely, lovely girl here, could use some shavings. Shavings will warm her heart. So right until the end of March, if you want to go to the website, just specify, your donation is for a heart, and we will put your name, your family name on a heart, and it'll go on the front of a stall, and that horse will probably have some new shavings, some new hay, maybe a couple carrots, some treats, and know that someone out there is just loving on them besides just us, that people can't be here right now, but they're still thinking of them.
But can you tell me about an aspect of your volunteer experience that you really enjoyed?
The people. I love the horses, don't get me wrong, they are amazing. But the horses are literally just instruments of tranquility and well-being. It's amazing. So I'm going to give you a quick story. During COVID, we did have Port Cares reach out to us and had a gentleman who was in a home, and he didn't really communicate with many people. He didn't cooperate so much with the other staff and things, and they were trying to find his thing. We need something to engage him with. So they actually reached out to us and said, do you think we could try? Because we don't know what to do. I said, Sharon, of course. Sharon's like, yes, of course. We can wear a mask, we'll social distance. There's only one guy. We only had myself in the barn with Sharon. He was coming down the driveway. I don't like horses. I don't like horses. I don't want a horse. No. He gets in the front door. You know what? If you get in and you don't like them, that's fine. He got as far as here. He found Daisy. He started petting her, and he said, I love her. He buried his face in her mane like this. I love her. So he continued down the barn, and he loved every single one that he met. So I talked to his worker, and I found out that his favorite song was Rhinestone Cowboy. And he didn't know that I knew that. So we got down to a horse you'll meet, Chase, and I said, this guy looks like a real cowboy horse. What do you think? What song could we play? And I put on Rhinestone Cowboy. Well, this guy, he was amazing. He sang at the top of his lungs. He did the little two-step with the horses. He sang to them. It was beautiful. I got a text later on from the worker. Actually, I looked at her at the time, and she was almost crying. How did you know? I'm like, I do my homework, right? And she says, he got back to the place, and he told everyone, people he'd never talked to before, he told them how his new friends showed him all the horses, and we danced to Rhinestone Cowboy. Yeah, and that, to me, is exactly what this place is all about. That's what it's all about. It's not, it is taking care of the horses, but they take care of us. We rescued them, Sharon rescued them, and they rescue us.
And lastly, do you have a message that you would like to get out to the community?
I would like to say that when we're open, come and see us. Come to our events if we're having them this year. And please donate. We really need the help.
For more information on how you can donate or volunteer to take care of Boomer here, please visit their website. In Fort Erie, reporting for The Source, I'm Kennedy Reynolds.